Hello, everybody. We've got Ellie here. Ellie is 4.5 years old, Bishi Poo, and 7 pounds. She's here because she's driving her owners crazy. So we got some separation anxiety. We got an over-arousal issue. We have an audible dog issue, high-pitched screaming and carrying on around a lot of different situations, whether it's overexcitement or not wanting to do something. So there's a lot of objecting. Good example is Enzo, the other dog we work with. He bites when he doesn't, he stays pretty silent, but he bites. This dog gets very dramatic. A couple of things, reaching for the dog, any touching of the dog, it's a scream. The dog is medically fine. It's a behavioral issue. It's not a medical issue. So structure is everything we do. Everything we do is structure. Opening up the kennel, even reaching in, this would be dramatic. Oh my God, yelling and screaming and objecting. So just a little bit of a slip bleed. Break. Break is our release word for coming out. Again, we want a dog to not just be all over the place. Yield to your handler. If I come over here, you should come with me. You should either, we're working on the sit. Remember, this is the very beginning stages with this dog. But it's more about and I don't want you following me around. So there's going to be, so did you see that? Did you hear that? So that was just, she actually did that to herself. Good. Good. Place.
Talk about that though. Have a little bit of pressure.
Good. But so what have we done so far? This is all going to be off leash. This is all going to be underneath voice control. You're going to start seeing, and see how she's like chattering a little bit? This stresses her out. Little things stress her out. She's a nervous dog. She's an anxious dog. And the littlest, tiniest leash pressure stresses her out. Anything. Break. Break means you can come out of your command. A little bit of leash pressure up with it like that. Good. Goes into a sit. We'll add the word later. Place. She goes into place. Right now, she's expected to sit. Pretty soon, she'll be expected to lay down. We start working on duration, which means if I back away, you don't move. Right now, if she breaks the sit, unless she goes into a down, I'll guide her back into it. There's a lot of guiding right now. A lot of guiding. There's no correcting, there's just guiding. So it's almost like you're resetting every time. This is the first couple of days of training with this dog. Dog's gonna be here for 6 weeks. Even a small dog like this can, drive owners, to arguing and stress, and the dog is usually stressed out a lot. But it's been great. So this particular dog is actually sleeping in this kennel in our living room. A little bit of a different situation. And as long as we're not seeing any separation anxiety because of that, we'll continue to have the dog right here. Break. And wants to rush back into her kennel, but it's like, no, it's time to work. So this is all like little leadership stuff. Good. The philosophy for little dogs is the same as the philosophy for big dogs. Where I go, you should follow. Now, there's a disclaimer there. That's different than a dog always following you around. Right now, during training though, unless I've told you to place. Because if I've told you that, don't follow me around. And when she starts learning down, don't follow me around. But start understanding you have to yield to me. So if I told you to go there and stay there, we don't use the word stay. Place means go to that mat and lay down. Right now, it's go to the mat and sit, because we're still working on the down with her. A lot of times, little dogs get away with a lot of nonsense. Why? Frankly, if we don't want them doing something, we can just pick them up. Now with her, anytime she gets picked up, she screams bloody murder. It's this high-pitched screaming. Break. So one of the other things that we'll start doing is, also any touching at all would make her scream. So little things like this. So this is good. This is actually good that she's actually not screaming. This would be a scream. A lot of times people think, oh, the reason why the dog is screaming when you touch is because it must have been hit or abused. Nope. Nope. It's not the way. It's not the way. So what causes this? This is what causes this. A dog getting unconditional love with never any structure, rules, or consequences. That's what causes most bad behaviors in dogs, as well as aggression in dogs, as well as separation anxiety in dogs. It's a hard pill for a lot of people to swallow, but as an expert in the field, 2 decades, 10,000 dogs, we see the same pattern over and over and over again with dogs with these issues. They've never been told no in a way that they believe. So it's not that somebody was mean to them, abusive to them, harsh to them. It's the opposite. Unconditional love. You can't do anything wrong, no matter how bad it is. I'm going to always coddle you. And I'm never going to tell you you did something wrong. And then we do things like kennel. Go in your kennel on command. Break. Break. A little bit of guidance. Good. A little bit of leash pressure up. Good. Everything is just the same. If this was a big dog, it would look the same. Good. Place. Good. And you can tell she gets a little bit nervous. Yep. So right now there's no NO. Just go back there right now. It's beginning stages. But we do the same thing with big dogs. And believe it or not, yep, we correct little dogs eventually. Break. So pretty soon, right now we're working on the down. So she's having a hard time with the down, but we're working on it. And then this is all objecting. When a dog objects like that, just hold on. She was having a temper tantrum earlier, meaning she was like yelling. I would just hold like this, and she'd try to escape, yelling and screaming, and oh my God, drama, crocodile rolls. It's nothing that the owner is doing or we're doing. It's that the dog is used to getting its way for everything. She also goes on nice structured walks multiple times a day. She actually has a really good heel, which is I walk right there at your pace, at your direction, and if you stop, I come to a stop and I gently go into a sit. She actually is excelling in that. Leadership skills though. Go in the kennel and come out of the kennel when you're told and be quiet in the kennel. Yield to my space. If I go this way, you should follow me, but if I also walk into you, you should move out of my way. And I didn't step on her. It's like, move out of my way. Yep, move out of my way. Start obedience, place, being able to listen to a basic command. Good. And thresholds are important. Let's go. So if I open up a door, good. Not rushing out the door. Obviously, no whining, no barking, no crying. We got a nice long journey, and you can't rush in your crate when you want to. You have to go in your crate when you're told. It's all structure. And everything at the very beginning is, it's challenging for the dog. For all the folks out there with your untrained dogs that are driving you crazy, a couple of things. Number one, with all your untrained dogs out there that are not listening to you, start a program that actually gets them to listen to you. Keep a little slip lead or leash on in the dog. So if my dog does run somewhere, I can step on the leash, pick up the leash, start utilizing a crate, start having a good household management program. Stop letting your dogs just free roam around your house, getting into trouble. Put structure in your dog's life. In less than a week, you can have a major transformation with your dog. Major. With limited skills, with a little bit of knowledge, and with action, you could actually have dramatic difference in your life with your dog.